Okay, all right. So a tube costs $5 to rent, and it costs $2 each and every hour that you rent it, right? Okay, so after 1 hour, how much does it cost you? $7. And after 2 hours, 9. And 3, 11. And 4, and 5, 15, right? Okay, all right. And after 6 hours, it will cost you 17. All right, so everybody see that's easy as it can be, isn't it? That's almost like kids play, right? Okay, now, number 2 says this. What's the pattern? So the pattern is what now? Yeah, that you just add 2 each and every time to the previous hour, right? Okay, so they're just asking for a pattern. It's like, oh God, this is ridiculous, okay? All right, now, here we go. Let me ask you this. What's the independent variable? What is it that's always a different amount? The number of hours you rent the tube, right? So you would write in there, okay, number of hours, okay, you rent tube, right? Very good, it's correct. All right, now what's the dependent variable? Right, the cost of renting the tube, right? The overall cost of renting the tube, right? There he goes, right. Okay, and then finally, they would say, okay, so tell me what's the equation you use then to figure out what are the costs to rent a tube? You would put down what now? All right, y equals, either y equals 2x plus 5 or y equals 5 plus 2x. And there are different answers there. That was perfect. You guys did great. So it's either, all right, so y equals 5x plus 2, right? Oh, I made a mistake. Okay. All right. 5 plus 2x, right? Okay. Okay. Or, okay, y equals 2x plus 5. Right. And either one of those would work. So is everybody understanding so far what's happening? Okay. Yeah, you just substitute in. Okay, and substitute in what? The values from the table, right? Okay, or the number of hours, right? And just say, okay, let's substitute in this one. Let's see if that's correct, right? So yeah, of course, that's like silly stuff. Okay, let's go to number 7. Then number 7 asks you, okay, explain how an employee could use the equation to determine how much to charge a customer, right? So pretty simple stuff. So what would you do if you're an employee? Right. Look at the number of hours the person rented the tube and then do what? Yeah, just substitute those number of hours in for X and then you figure out how much Y is, right? You see, so you see it's like, oh my gosh, anybody knows that. That's easy stuff, right? Okay, all right, now, here comes the next part. Number 8 says, list 5 ordered pairs that lie on the graph of the relationship between X and Y. Okay, this is easy because where are the 5 ordered pairs located? On the data table, right? Okay, all right, so tell me, what would you write down? Okay, 1 and 7, and 2 and 9, and 3 and 11, and 4 and 13, and 5 and 15. There you go. There's the points, right? Okay, or that's the data you would collect, right? Okay, all right, so let's move on. Okay, so here goes the next thing then. Now it says number 9. Okay, this is where we're going to talk a little bit more specifically here. Okay, so on number 9, what you're dealing with is this. You have to do a graph. Okay, now let me stop. Okay, so then what you do is you label your axes, the number of hours rented the tube, right, for the x-axis, and the cost of renting the tube, which are dollars, for the y-axis, right? And then you put the points that you have here, or on the table, onto the graph, right? All right, and now can we put those together? Can we string those together, draw a line? And the answer is yes, you can, right? So then what you can do is go and string these together. So then, tell me this, where does it, if I ran it for 0 hours, it would be at 5, right? Okay, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? It would be right there, correct? Okay, and then in turn, you draw your line like this. I'm seeing that most of you guys are doing that at your desk, so that is perfect. But let me ask you this, is this going to continue on forever? Yeah, obviously. Although technically you could sit there and argue and say, well, no, because you're not going to rent the thing till the end of your life. You're like, well, yeah, you're right. Okay, but yes, but technically it keeps going on forever, right? Okay, so all good there. All right, so let's go. So perfect, that's beautiful, and that's how you do it. It's a simple, easy graph. Okay, let's go to the next one now. So now we're to number 10. So it says, based on the graph, explain how you know whether the equation that models the situation is or is not a linear equation. So is that or is that not linear? Yes, it is. It is linear because it's a straight line. That's how easy it's going to be. It represents a straight line. There's no curvature to that line. So yes, it is linear. Okay, let's go to number 11, right? Now reason quantitatively. Okay, so explain why the graph is only in the first quadrant. So why is this graph only in the first quadrant? Because you can't have negative hours and you can't have negative money. Right. Technically, you cannot have negative money, although you can on books. When you go to accounting, it's like you're in the red. And you cannot have negative hours, negative time. Exactly. That's why it's in the first quadrant. It's just common sense stuff, right? Okay, so we got that there. Okay, so now we're going to number 12, right? It says, what is the y-intercept of this graph? And describe why the y-intercept, describe what the y-intercept represents in this situation. Okay, all right, so what's the y-intercept of this? It's 5. You see, that's easy. It's like, oh my gosh, that's easy. It's 5, okay? All right, now what does that represent? The fee assessed for renting the tube, right? And that's what you write down, something to that amount. You write down, okay, fee for renting tube. Okay, all right, so let me ask you this. Okay, let's go to number 13. So then what's the slope of this line? Okay, 2 over 1 or 2, right? Okay, so it rises 2 and runs 1, yes? Okay, yes, okay, now remember, look at the scale. Some of you are looking at me confused. Remember, right, goes up 2, but this is only 1 over, right? So it goes up 2, right? But it only goes over 1 because the scale is different. Okay, so it's 2 over 1 or 2 is correct, okay? And then, all right, and then you tell me this, what does that represent? Yeah, the cost to rent the tube per hour, right, okay, okay. Cost, okay, for tube, okay, per hour, right? That's right. Very good, you got it.